Does anyone have a question?
I have a question, Stuart. During this last week of horror over there in Palestine and Israel, I'm meditating and praying twice a day. And the thing I'm having the most trouble with is a feeling of helplessness. Like I want to do more, but I don't know what that is. So, given I'm meditating, I'm praying, I just don't know what else I can do, and I feel helpless.
Well, you could go to Israel and volunteer your services, go to Palestine and, go to Gaza and volunteer your services. I mean, I think they have enough of that there, and you don't want to get yourself killed. But, I mean, what can any of us do? What can we do? We can, I mean, I have students there. I call them, I get in touch with them, I talk to them, I give them my prayers, my love. And, part of the meditation is building a system that can deal with whatever happens. Building an inner life that is strong enough that you can deal with whatever happens. And, people like Ellie and his wife, Eliza, and, Rafi and Daniela and, Khalid, they're right in the middle of it. And to be honest, nobody wants to be in the middle of that kind of madness. But if you happen to be in the middle of that kind of madness, there's only one place a human being can go to get the energy to be able to deal with it. And that's deep inside himself and connecting with a higher force in the universe. A force where there's neither life or death, just energy, where there's love. And I try to talk to them about that, using that difficult situation as a way of going deeper inside so they can connect with a higher force of energy in the universe. We all have it in one way or another, maybe not quite as dramatic as what's going on in the Middle East. But, people have illness, they have this, they have that. There are people here that have serious illnesses, and it's really using it to grow, going in deep enough inside yourself to connect with a higher force of energy that gives you the strength, the balance, the foundation, the gratitude that you can deal with whatever situation the universe puts in your life. I mean, I have a class there 3 times a week in the Middle East. I talk about things like this. I have it in my, tantric book that I'm writing, which is being posted online, every week. And there's a lot of that kind of wisdom in there, about using whatever life presents you to grow spiritually. And it's like everything else, everything passes. There's the drama of the moment, and then it all passes. Everything. And we too often get so swept away in the drama of the moment, that we lose all our energy, being swept away into the drama of the moment, instead of using the drama of the moment to go very deep inside ourselves, to build a chakra system that is strong enough to connect us with higher energy in the universe, and then allow that energy to guide us and take us through the drama, whatever it is. I mean, I've been through really, literally, some terrible things in my life. And it had nothing to do with me. It was people that were doing all kinds of stuff. And I discovered that I went to myself and Swami Nityananda, Rudy, Sarada Devi, Ramakrishna, all these teachers came and said the answer is inside you. The answer ultimately, I hate to say that, but it's true, it's in forgiveness. That's where the answer is. And until the people in the Middle East can one day sit down at a table and say, this doesn't work, what we're doing. It just doesn't work. It's been going on for thousands of years and it doesn't work. Well, let's try something else. Let's try to forgive each other. Share a little love, share a little support for each other, respect each other's religions. It might work. But people have to change inside in order to get to that place. But meanwhile, you have war, you have righteousness, you have racial prejudice. I just saw a documentary, Jane Fonda and Donald Sutherland on Netflix about Vietnam. It's a very interesting documentary where they're talking about that war being a racial war. And it was. And once we get past all that, and people can look at each other and see each other as human beings. But it's not going to happen, not in our lifetime, and maybe not in 1,000 lifetimes down the road. But in every generation, there are individuals that learn this, and they become the children of God. I would be happy to have all of Israel and all of Gaza sit in these classes and listen to what I talk about. They're welcome. I don't stop them. They'd rather fight. They can come here, sit in these classes, build chakra systems, develop a connection with God.
It was interesting because today I was watching the news and the president of Jordan knows that it wasn't a rocket from Israel. And he saw the pictures and he said, I cannot say anything to the people in the streets. They will not believe that I saw that it wasn't from there. There's nothing I can do for the people in the streets. And that was the sad part.
At least he's honest.
Yes, he was. He said, I know it, I see it, but I can't.
It's enough. That your drama is going to get everyone else swept away in your drama. And that's not what this is about. This is about building an inner life that gets you strong enough. It's like in Handel's Messiah, every mountain and every valley, every hill and every plain, the crooked made straight, the rough places plain. That's what these classes are for. To get the crooked straight, to get the rough places plain, to build inside yourself a system that is strong enough to absorb that drama and turn it into love. And who gives a damn what these politicians say? They'll say anything, anything to put the blame somewhere else. That's what they do. They're masters at it, Meanwhile, we have to deal with this, and I'm not going to let that suck my life out of me. I'm not. And I know there are people there I love very much. They're very dear to me. They're students of mine. I've known them for 20 years now, some of them, maybe more. And, the best I can do is to bring them the deepest part of myself and not get swept away in the drama about who's right and who's wrong. Everybody's wrong in the situation. Everybody is wrong. And the problem is that nobody will admit it and start listening to the other people. So I can't get swept away in that. I won't. But I can love the people profoundly, unconditionally, just as I have the same feeling for every one of you that come to my classes. And I can provide that energy for them as best I can. Not perfect, but as best I can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I was in Israel when a war was going on there. We talk about the Hezbollah and those people in South Lebanon in 2006. That was the last time I was in Israel. There was a war going on while I was there. And I went, I went, I wanted to see what it would like to be doing this meditation in a place where people were at war. I wanted to see what it was like. That's why I went. And it was really extraordinary to be able to sit and do and connect with God and open and provide love for people. And, and 100 miles away, they're killing each other, And the strangest part of the whole experience was, every day we were eating in Palestinian restaurants, Lebanese restaurant. I mean this, every day while this war was going on, we'd walk in the door. Oh, my brother, come. My mother's cooking today. The food is fantastic. Come and sit and have. I mean, every day it was like that, eating in these restaurants. 100 miles away, they're killing each other. I mean, it was totally staggering to experience something like that. And I remember once I was in the Galilee, forget this. And Ellie and myself and a few other people, it was one restaurant that was out in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere. So we stopped. It was lunchtime. It was run by Palestinian people. So we went in the restaurant, and I'll never forget, the guy came up to us, the owner of the restaurant, and we were like his relatives. He treated us as if God had just walked in the door. I'll never forget. And he went and he said, "You don't have to look at the menu. I will bring you food. My wife is cooking. I will bring you food. Don't look at the menu." And then he went and he left for a few minutes. And he came back with a bottle of olive oil. And he said, "You are my special guest from America," he said to me. It almost brought a tear to my eye. "You're my special guest from America." I've never had that happen in an American restaurant. You're my special guest from America. This olive oil is from my farm, the olive trees that grow in my backyard. I want you to have this. It was so moving. It was so wonderful, so touching. And now they're fighting war. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Thank you. It was very helpful, Stuart. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Never forget that bottle of olive oil. It was so moving. I mean, and then the guy came out with 2 tray loads of food, and the food was fantastic. We were the only customers in the restaurant, There were 4 or 5 of us. I've spent a lot of time in Islamic countries and with friends, and I was treated royally by the people there. I spent a lot of time in Israel. I've been in Israel over 20 times. Treated royally by the people there. Anyway, it's like the irritation that creates a pearl. You got to have some bullshit going on in the world for people to go to God, I mean it. Does anyone else have a question? I shouldn't promote my writings, but this Friday, a lot of this kind of stuff I've written about, right, Kenny? I mean, it's really interesting, this kind of stuff. So you can read it online. coming 3 of my essays. Does anyone else have a question? Questions are great. Thank you, Christine. They always provide wonderful level. Okay, thank you. God bless you. As I always say, you know, I'm here not to teach. I am here to learn. Every one of these classes is a major step inside me to grow spiritually. And all I can do is say, I'm grateful to every one of you for being here, for sharing this. So God bless you all. And there'll be a class tomorrow evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Thank you. Bless
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good night.
Right.
Bye.